Welcome to the Inspiration Station hosted by Joshua Lenox, the place to fill up your tank if you're in need of encouragement and motivation.
Well, hello, welcome back. It is Friday, y'all, January the 30th, and here we are at the end of a month, almost into February, and I know that it has been great for each and every one of you, just like it's been great for me. As you're coming into the Inspiration Station, y'all know this is where we are joining each other every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, and all of that good jazz. Y'all know the rest of the time zones, but come on in here. One, come all, come everybody. I know that some of you all are just coming in, rolling in. You know, this is still that Friday evening time where some of you all are still working, some of you all are off, some of you all are with families, your friends, or maybe you're just out and about, or maybe you just all by yourself. Well, either way, you're here, and I'm glad that you're here with me. So y'all come on through. We're going to be in and be out on tonight. I hope that everything has been going favorable for you today. Everything has been exciting for you today. And as I always say, no matter what, you're going to have challenges. That just comes with life, but that just needs to be an indicator and a reminder that you can overcome anything and that you have the capacity to withstand any challenge because you can go right through it and go over it. So I want to say hello to everybody out there on the YouTube Live, Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, Instagram Live, on Apple, on Spotify, and also Audible. I am just so glad to be here with you guys. I can't wait to talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. But if this is your first time, you are definitely not a stranger. I want you to continue to come and continue to show up and be here and be present with us because this is not just about what we're talking about, but it's about you as well. It's about what you have to bring in here, even if you're not speaking or something right now, but you just know that your presence is felt by me and everybody else. Also, I want to say, y'all, I cannot believe, y'all know I have to say it. I can't believe we're at the end of January. But I just think that that's just an indication that we're accelerating in every area of our lives. Sometimes people say January is so slow, it's the slowest month. And it's like once January is gone, we pick up. I'm like, well, I think that January was ready to hit the ground running, and it did. But I'm just excited to see what's going to happen more for each and every one of you in your lives right now, and also for myself. And I want to jump right in, but I see some of y'all are still coming in and coming on, rolling in. And again, thank y'all for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being interactive. I really appreciate that. I'm just glad to see what the Lord is doing, y'all. This has been a year and a month now, so I'm just glad to see where we're going and where we're heading. And I can't do this without you. So we're in all of us are in this together. So this is the Inspiration Station. Yes, it is. Inspiration Station is literally a place where we come together, and this is not about the vessel that you're hearing. This is about you as well, because all of us are inspirations to someone, and we're also inspirations to ourselves. And if you don't believe me, just go back down the timeline of your life, and you'll be able to pull from several different instances and encounters in your life where you're able to say, you know what, that lets me know that I can do anything I put my mind to. That lets me know that there's not an obstacle that I cannot overcome. That lets me know that whatever is in front of me, I can reach it. That lets me know if I have dreams, if I have visions, if I have ideas, I've been given the capacity to fulfill those things and bring those things to pass. So every person who has come across your presence or come across your path, you've inspired, and we just hope that that is in positive ways. But you know what? In not so positive ways, you can inspire somebody to be better. So you always can inspire in any direction. And you notice I didn't say negative. I'm saying not so positive. We want to keep that positive as well. So this is where we're also very open, we're very honest, we're very vulnerable. There's no need to wear a mask in here. We're not just doing this to be open and honest and vulnerable with each other, but also with ourselves, because often the relationship that is neglected is what, y'all? With ourselves. And we don't want to neglect ourselves any longer. Don't neglect yourself, because you matter and you're a priority and you are to be treated with the great care. So also, this is where people will be coming in and they will be interviewed at times, people that you may know from afar, people you're inspired by, you've been influenced by a majority of your life or whatever. You may have seen them in arts and entertainment. or any kind of public platform, or there may be people you're meeting for the first time. But as I always say, every person is a superstar in my eyes. And I hope that you all are catching on to that because I did remember having a wonderful comment of someone saying, "You're a Christian, and how you going to call people superstars? Jesus is the super." I'm like, okay, you deep. Go sit down. Go have a seat because it's not even that deep. Everybody is a superstar, and meaning that everybody is great. Everybody has a level of greatness in them. And that's how I see. I don't see everybody as okay, a hierarchy. Okay, you're greater than that person because of this, and you're higher than this person in that. Now, granted, there are people who are in different positions and capacities and seats that they worked very hard to get to, and everyone can't be in those positions. So we definitely honor and we reverence what they do. We respect them, but that does not make anyone greater than you just because of their capacity. So. Um, Want to jump right in, y'all. What we're going to talk about tonight is, are you really potty trained? Are you really potty trained? That's what I said. You heard what I said. I said what I said, and I said it with my chest. Are you really potty trained? I hope some of y'all already went back to when you were a kid, as a child, or maybe if you have children, you're like, oh God, here we go with that. You said potty trained, and I got triggered. I started twitching and stuff. So, but yes, are you really potty trained? So keep your minds open. We're very creative on here, so you just never know what direction I'm going to go in. But what's the definition of potty train, you might ask? I'm so glad you did, and I'm going to provide that for you right now. Potty train literally means, it refers to a child or individual having developed the ability to recognize the body's signals for urination and bowel movements, and to use a toilet independently, consistently, and with minimal assistance. Now, I want y'all to think back for just a moment. Just go back down memory lane really quick with me. Think about potty training. If you all can remember, if you're like me, I can remember back to when I was 18 months. That's the earliest memory I have. It has driven my family crazy at times because I remember everything. They call me like the history book. Like there's nothing he doesn't remember. And people are very mindful because it's like, don't lie to me because I'm gonna pull receipts and I can pull times and what you had on and your tone of voice. But I have a very good memory. But you think back to potty training, it can be something that's a little anxious for a child. You coming out of taking them out of the diapers or the pull-ups or the huggies. I haven't even thought about those names in a while. But anyway, I trying to, get the child to be used to going to the restroom and actually sitting on the commode or the toilet or the potty independently. Or they might need a little help, but they might say, ooh, 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 help, help. I gotta go. I gotta go. So, okay, baby, let's go. You kind of assisting them to get them, maybe to get them to sit up on the seat and they can, do it by themselves. You might need to wipe them or anything like that and flush the toilet for them. But potty training is one of those things where that child or an individual, because sometimes a person might be maybe in a certain circumstance, bodily, their physical capacity, they might have to restart or regenerate those types of skill sets or that ability again. So they might need some assistance going to the restroom initially. Or maybe if somebody even, if you have a person who has a long-term surgery or illness or something, and they might have to almost get some assistance to go to the restroom. But your body gives you that urge where it's like, I gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go right now. So when you're in potty training, you're learning to get up when you feel that urge. Like, get your behind up. And some parents, get your behind up. Don't let me. I'm not washing these underwear. I'm not washing these things. You better get up and go to the bathroom. You gotta go. You better say something. So also with this, I want you to think about how you have to do that on your own. When you go to the bathroom, you have to do that on your own. But the minimal assistance may come from trusted people. That might be your parents. That might be your siblings. That might be your cousin, big cousin, or something like that. When you're a kid. But I want you all to also change your mind to not thinking about the child of potty training, but think about you, the adults. And there might be some teenagers on here or whatever. So again, think about yourself. I know you're not having to go to the restroom. I know like that. You can do it just all by yourself, but go to that as I transfer us into more different scope or a different perspective of this in just a minute. But yes, you have to go to the bathroom on your own. You have minimal assistance, and that might come from trusted people who care about you, but they can't continue to assist you because at some point you're going to have to you're going to have to do this on your own. Okay. Also, if you don't go to the potty when you know that you got the urge to. Y'all know what it's like, even as adults. You might be at work, like, ooh, when I get off this call, I gotta go, whatever it is. Or you might be out and about, walking or whatever it is. And it's like, I got to get to the restroom because you have a sudden urge. And y'all know how uncomfortable that is. It seems like when you have to go like that, you really seem like the closer you get to the restroom, the worse it gets, the more intense it becomes. But yes, if you don't go to the potty when you know you got the urge to, it will lead to accidents, right? We know what the accidents are. I don't have to say that, right? Accidents, or leave you to sit in your own mess, which are things that you created for yourself. I'm going somewhere with this in a minute, y'all. Because when we talk about going to the potty, we're doing what? We're getting rid of waste. We're relieving ourselves. We're removing certain things from our bodies. And if we don't do that when we're supposed to, and we get that urge to, it will cause an accident. And you will end up having to sit in your own mess. Stick there. Stay there with me. Also, we know what constipation is, right? Some of y'all just got a rumbling in your stomach when I said constipation, but I want you to think about constipation as you being backed up. You're being backed up with what you won't release, which might cause certain symptoms such as nausea, irritability, discomfort, loss of appetite, meaning that you can't make room for something new because you're stuffed. I want you to think about your life and everything that I'm mentioning right now. The potty, that doesn't necessarily mean a technical potty, but what are some things in your life, as I'm about to list a few of them, about nine exactly. We're going to be in and out, but nine areas that might be some things that you need to get rid of. Because when we go to the potty, we're getting rid of stuff, right? But if we don't get rid of some stuff, it's going to cause us to be backed up. So that leaves no room for what's new to come in our lives. That causes us, if we continue to not take the urge or take the have the discernment, I'll say, to even know that it's time to get rid of some stuff. It's time to prune. It's time to detox, whatever that is. If we don't do that, we can cause ourselves to have an accident if we don't move fast enough, meaning that you cause unnecessary issues in your life, unnecessary consequences in your life because you won't get rid of that. What is that? People. What are those friends? What are those ideas? What are those surroundings? Whatever that is. If I don't get rid of this stuff, it's going to lead to accidents, unnecessary consequences, or I'll have to sit in a mess. So now I'm having to sit in consequences that could have been avoided had I just moved on it when I knew I was supposed to. Y'all follow me? And again, with the constipation, I'll be backed up. So nothing new can flow in my life if I keep holding on to this old stuff. And it's just going to make me more toxic. It's going to make me nauseous. I'm going to be sick in a sense because I won't allow myself to get rid of what's no longer serving me, what's no longer helping me, what's no longer edifying for me, and what's no longer needed for my future. Gonna make me sick, gonna make me irritable, might be moody, might have an attitude, might also be discomforted. And I also will lose an appetite for more. You'll lose an appetite for more if you continue to stay and hold on to what's old all the time. You will lose an appetite for more because now you won't even have room to receive or allow new things to come in because now you just stuffed. Okay. So I have nine things really. I told y'all we in and out. I'm telling you, I'm not playing with y'all. But no, we got nine things to take to the potty or things to just get out of your system. First one is negative core beliefs. You've heard me speak about this many times. And again, that could be an example of I can't do it. I'm not good enough. It's too late. And it's like also think about when we're speaking negatively about ourselves, it came from somewhere. So it's not like you just pulled it out of the air and said, oh, I'm not good enough. Something reinforced that when you were probably growing up or something conditioned you to feel that way. And because that was something that was perpetuated, you believed it and you grab a hold to it. So now I'm speaking these things before I even give myself a chance to speak well of myself or give myself room to try something for the first time or try something to better myself. I always say this too: if you can embrace speaking negative about yourself, you can embrace or learn to embrace speaking well of yourself, speaking positive about yourself. I always say what combating this is having to learn how to affirm yourself. Most times people don't like to speak well of themselves. It can make you feel uncomfortable, make you feel like it's not true. But you didn't always think that those negative things you spoke about yourself were true until you kept saying it. It's the same thing with positive affirmations to yourself, speaking well of yourself. You might not believe it at first, but the more you continue to speak it, the more you start to fall in line with those things that you're saying. It's like almost like a natural movement of yourself. It's like, okay, I feel icky saying this. I feel like this is not true. But the more I keep saying it, now it's causing me to have more confidence. My esteem is going up. I'm starting to take chances. I'm starting to take risks. I'm starting to bet on myself. And it's like, well, where did this come from? Well, I started to kind of speak against those negative things and I start to uplift myself with positive things. I'm more optimistic now. I like to always say too, when we're speaking negative about ourselves, challenge those thoughts and don't add or subtract anything to make sure that they're rational or irrational. Because just saying I'm not good enough, it's like, okay, well, where's the proof in that? Where's the evidence in that? Where is it that you can really tell me that you have proof that you're not good enough to do something or that it's too late or that you're unlovable? Where is the absolute proof? Where's the evidence? I'm not talking about an opinion. I'm not talking about your thought, your negative thought that comes from you being conditioned to feel this way about yourself. Okay. Also, just in connection to that, I want this to stick with you for just a second. New levels require new stories about who you are. New levels require new stories about who you are. Can't keep saying the same as just the same old song with a different meaning. You can't. And if I'm going to another level, I got to lay that old narrative about myself. It's got to go away. Put that script in the trash. This is time for me to pick up a new script about my life because of where I'm going. It's going to require me to have a new story about who I am and also who I'm becoming. All right. Number two is comfort zones. We love comfort zones, right? We are not trying to be uncomfortable. We want to stay with the familiar. We want to stay with what we think is safe. And sometimes staying with what is safe is the most dangerous. I like that. Sometimes staying with what you think is safe or the most safe is actually dangerous for you. With comfort zones, what once felt safe can quietly become a cage. Y'all like sitting in cages? I know I don't. You go to the zoo sometime and you see the animals in the cage. They look like if you let me out this thing, I'm running for my life. I do not want to sit up in this cage because growth almost always feels awkward before it feels right. Think about some areas in your life where you feel like you're just staying right in that little box in that comfort zone, and you know that you're made for more. You know that there's other things outside of what you do that you are aspiring to do. You have a dream about or what you wanted to become, and you just like, oh, but I think I'm gonna stay right here. And it's like, why? We don't want to stay in the comfort zone because then you're gonna be stagnant. You're gonna be dull. You're going to be boring. Your life is going to be boring. And you're not a boring person. You have so much to offer outside of the box. I always say sometimes you're the box outside of the box, meaning like you can't put me in a box because I am the box. I am the box that's open for whatever I want to do. So you can't put me in a box. I am the box and I'm open. Um, Next thing is relationships that drain you. Pessimistic people always negative. I always got something. You call them and it's like, yeah, I'm just going through. I just got so much stuff on my plate. It's like, I didn't call you for that. Hi, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. It's like, oh God, what about people who they lack giving you support unless it benefits them? You might be doing some things in your life and they're not showing up for you. They're not being there to cheer you on and support you unless it's a benefit to them. Um, what about people who are attached to the old version of who you were? You were starting to grow. I know a lot of you all, especially since we're in the new year, new year, no New Year's resolutions, but New Year executions. But becoming a new person, you'll start to notice that there are people around you that you're no longer feeling drawn to, you're no longer feeling connected to, you're no longer feeling engaged with, you no longer feel like you want to invest in them any longer. And it doesn't have to be anything that's looked upon as negative. It just might mean you've outgrown that circle of people, that sphere of people that you are around. You're no longer feeling connected. So because of that, they are attached to who you were. And this is where you get those comments of like, you changing. But it's like, I am. That's the point. You acting different. I'm supposed to. It's not in a way to be derogatory or be condescending. It just means that I don't want to remain the same person. I don't want to keep talking about the same old memories. I don't want to keep talking about the same circles of people and the same thinking patterns and things that you're not challenging me in any way. So I'm going to have to move on or move in a different direction. So toxic relationships or relationships that drain you. If you're around people and they're not bringing some level of joy to you, it's time to do a check. If they're not bringing some level of excitement to you, and I'm not saying you're going to be around people who always got you going, but people who inspire you, who encourage you, who motivate you, their lives cause you to want to do better, to be better. And it doesn't mean you need to be perfect. You just need to be a person who's always pursuing excellence and pursuing past where you are currently. Okay. Number four, fear of other people's opinions. This is one I know that shows up for probably a lot of y'all. It's like, oh, I'm thinking about what that person says, but that person thinks about me. Why? Why? Because if you let everyone vote for your life, you'll never move forward. I don't think you're standing around with a ballot, a box or anything, or a ballot waiting on everybody to cast their vote on what they think you should do and who you should be, where you should go. And let me use this. I remember once I had finished singing at a service, and I remember this woman was like, she came up to me, and she said, "Oh yeah, yeah, you might want to make sure that you need to start doing this instead of that. You know, when you sing, you might want to do it." And I was like, uh, I didn't ask her for her opinion, like whatever. And she was just telling me what I'm supposed to do. And I was like, I remember when I would have taken that and applied it to my life, or I wouldn't have. She was telling me what not to do, basically, with my voice. And I politely looked at her and I said, "God bless you." I said, "But that's the way that God gave it to me." There could have been a part of me before then that would have been, I would have been afraid in a sense of what she would have said by me saying that, but I didn't care, care about her opinion. Y'all know when I danced in college, I'm dancing before thousands of people in arenas, in stadiums, on television, Sports Center, Sports South, ESPN. You would think that I was afraid of what people would have to say about me, but I really wasn't. For some reason, I had some level of courage. I knew people were having things to say about me because they've never seen that before. I know that too because I was receiving threats, receiving threats, people calling my dormitory room, breaking my window, trying to find me and, do things, trying to find me at games and do stuff to me or whatever. The security, shout out to the security at UTC because they took care of me. Let me tell you something. But I could have stopped just based off of knowing that. And you know what, y'all? This is something I don't think I've ever told anybody. After I graduated in 2007, there was a blog, and this is when blogs were kind of really starting or whatever. There was a whole blog that I never even saw until I think about 2015 of people hate towards me. I mean, it was a lot. And I was like, and some of the girls who were currently, because actually UTC Elite was their original name. Now they're the Ladies of Gold, but they're still going forward today at UTC. Shout out to them. And some of the girls who was when it was still called Elite, they told me, "Oh no, we thought that you knew that." I was like, "I never knew. I saw it, and I mean to see what people were saying about me." I was like, and all those times I'm up there, I have no idea. I have to focus on what I was doing. But if I was thinking about what people were going to say about me, it would have stopped me from doing what I was doing. And I don't think that they would have continued with where they are today had I not continued to go forward. So we can't be afraid of what people are going to always have something to say about you. That should never stop you. We're not doing that. You're going to keep doing what you're doing. People are going to always have an opinion. They're always going to have their things they want to project on you. That's not your problem. That's their problem. Also, I want to say this: growth often includes being misunderstood. You're gonna get the better you get and the more you grow, the more you're gonna have people to say stuff about you. More people are not gonna understand what you do, who you are, what your vision is, why you do the things that you do. That's not their problem. I mean, that's not your problem. That's their issue to try to figure out, not for you to explain. Okay. Old habits. Number five, old habits that no longer serve you. Maybe this is poor boundaries. Maybe you self-sabotage. Maybe it's eating habits. Maybe it's your fitness, your health, that maybe you are doing certain substances. Maybe you are staying awake for long hours at night. Maybe you scrolling on social media. Maybe you're a person who is a doormat. Maybe you're a person who's always allowing people to walk over you or always being the yes person. Old habits that no longer serve you. Sometimes, they say it's hard to break habits. Is it hard, or is it just that this is something I've known for so long and I don't know what it's going to be like to depart from it? Okay. Number six, the need for immediate results. Now, listen, I'm a person who loves to vacuum. I will vacuum your house. I don't care if you live in a mansion. I will put on my headsets, put on my earbuds, and I will go to town. And I love to see like the designs and stuff. Y'all see how I'm getting excited? The designs and the carpet and stuff. But I love vacuuming. And I didn't understand also, oh, well, you know what? I love to wash clothes too. I love to do laundry. I love to clean. But I really love to wash clothes and I love to vacuum. I didn't understand until I got older. I said, I think I like immediate results because I get to watch something go from one stage to another quickly and I don't have to wait long. So it's like, okay, you like immediate results. So that's why I've had to become a very patient person because I used to actually have a hard time with my patience because I wanted things to happen right now. Not meaning that I was trying to be, not in some, I guess, I wasn't always trying to rush things. I just felt like certain things shouldn't take that long. But that was with a lot of things. That's why if you ask anybody who I've ever worked under, if I've been under a CEO or if I've been an assistant to somebody or uh, work with anybody in close proximity, they will tell you it does not take me long to do stuff because I feel like if you're asking me to do a task, I want to get it done quickly. I don't want it to linger. I don't want to be looking at this all day. So as soon as you give it to me, you probably can turn back around. I'm gonna be done with it. So immediate results. Am I the only person? I know that some of y'all like instant gratification too. Instant gratification. But next levels take patience. Progress does not have to be fast or obvious. Sometimes we want to hurry up and show our trophy in the sense of what the work we've been doing. I want to show it and I want to tell it. You've been working hard on some things and you want things to move a little quicker. Like, okay, how much longer is this going to take? We can be impatient sometimes. And please be sure not to pray for patience because that's going to really take you down through there because you're going to get some scenarios in your life where your patience is going to be, it's going to be tested and you're going to be met with a lot of resistance to make you stronger in that area. So sometimes we have that need for immediate results because we want things to happen fast for us quickly. But as I've said before, if you're cooking a roast, which I love to cook, but if you're cooking a roast, you don't want to cook that too fast because the dog is not even going to eat that. It's going to be hard, solid as a rock. It's going to be hard. So if you're cooking a roast, you want to take your time with that because by the time you get that thing done, it's going to fall apart and it's going to be tender. It's going to be, you don't even need a knife for it. If you're baking a cake, I hope you're not going to bake that cake on 450 or something like that because you're trying to hurry up and get the cake done. That thing is not going to be right. It's not going to, it's going to cook fast and it's not going to be correct. It's not going to be right. Also, you don't want to rush a foundation on a home. You rush a foundation on a home and that foundation is not solid and it's some cracks. So many cracks, so things are not put together right. A wonderful storm could come through and a nice, good, brisk wind, and that house is going to fall to the ground. And that is in any type of even think about relationships of any kind, family, friendships, romantic relationships, marriages, uh, business, anything like that. If the foundation that you're starting something in, that you're building, if it's not solid, that thing is not going to stand long. So when you want something to last, sometimes you have to do something. It might take a little longer for something to last longer, right? Number seven. I told y'all it's nine, right? I'm almost done. Number seven, playing small to keep others comfortable. This is a big one. Sometimes, you dummy yourself down. You might minimize what you do, who you are, because you want to make other people not feel small. And it's like, why would you dim your light? The word of God says, let your light shine before men so that they will see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Now, if other people ain't glorifying your Father in heaven because you shining bright, that's on them. But there's no need to shrink. Your growth might challenge others, and that's part of the process. But that's their issue and not yours. You're going to inspire people, inspiration station. You're going to inspire people because of who you are and what you do. It's both, not just what you do. Sometimes we only celebrate people who because of what they do and their accomplishments and their success, but what about who they are? So we're going to say both who you are and what you are to be celebrated. And also, those are going to be the things that cause other people to want to be inspired, encouraged, and motivated to do more things or better things and become a better person, right? So it's no need to make yourself small to make somebody feel big. What is that? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Because guess what? That person or those people probably around you, if you're feeling that way from them, that's probably because they might be intimidated by you, they might be insecure, but it's no need for you to lower you to lift somebody else up. That's not your job. And then what is that saying to the future you? Am I going to continue to shrink? I remember being a person at one season in my life. There were so many things going on, and I was a crybaby when it came to God doing things for me because sometimes I was that person who was the underdog. I was that person people overlooked, and God would raise up, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, where did he come from?" Or "I never thought you would be doing something like this." I was that person, and when I would have certain levels. attention from the world or anything like that, I would cry. Or from people wanting my autograph, it's a certain season, my autograph pictures with me, I would cry. I was grateful. But I also remembered when I got around certain people, I would want to tell them, hey, I was on television tonight, or hey, I'm in a traveling stage play. Hey, I'm singing with such and such tonight. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna be doing. I would love to tell people that, but it's like I wouldn't, certain people, I wouldn't tell them that because I felt like they were gonna think that I thought I was better than them, which I think if anybody has known me for the course of my life, no, that's just not how I roll. But think that I'm better than them. They also would think that maybe because in their lives right now they don't have a lot of things going on, so I didn't want to make them feel bad. And I was like, wait a minute. If I can't share my life, my success, my achievements, things I'm excited about with you, I don't think you need to be in my life. And why would I feel like that's going to make you feel bad? If anything, that should inspire you. And that's one thing for me. I always felt like I wanted to share with people when God was opening doors for me because I was not always that person in the front. I was not always that person that God would elevate like that. I was a person who watched in the back and cheered for everybody. I was observant, not knowing God was saying, okay, I hope you're getting ready because I'm about to put you in some positions that you're probably going to be like, wait a minute, me? And I felt like I was always a supporter, always the encourager, always the one cheering. I mean, I was there for everybody. You do something, I don't care if you're getting a certificate for a bread twist contest. I'm there yelling for you, screaming for you, the loudest person there. But when it came to me, I played small. And it's like, I'm doing all the things, but I don't want to talk about it because I don't want nobody to abandon me or think that I think I'm too good. And it's like, wait a minute, that's not even the case. You should never shrink down who you are or your accomplishments and the things that you do because that's just disrespectful to yourself. And to me, honestly, I think that's disrespectful to the Lord because it's like He's giving you these things in your life and you don't need to apologize for it. And don't apologize for who you are. I almost got mad. Okay, let's move on. I think what we at, y'all, number 7? Yeah, number 8 now, past versions of yourself. And again, we're talking about things we need to get rid of. We need to go to the potty on. We need to relieve ourselves. And some of y'all have been probed to get rid of some of this stuff. And maybe you've been sitting on it because you've been a little constipated. You backed up. So that's what's making you uncomfortable. You're still holding all this stuff that's no longer serving you. Um, Past versions of yourself. Who you were got you started. Who you're becoming will take you further. I like to say RIP to who you were. Rest in past. Stay in the past. Rest in past. Okay. The past version of you is no longer going to take you to the next level. Y'all remember when I was saying you get to a place when you're getting to that orientation or that training of who you're becoming, and it's like you have to make that agreement. You shake your hand, you know, this is the old you, this is the new you. You get to decide, am I going to stay over here or am I going to go over here to the unknown? But I know that this is going to be better because this is the next level of my life that I've never been to before. So I got to let go of this past so that I can go to the future of who I am because this I can't take with me because this version of me has expired. We don't want to take. Do you drink expired milk? Some of y'all probably making me nervous because some of y'all remember, well, you know, it's nothing wrong with it. It's, you know, just a little curd in there. It's all right. Shake it up a little bit. Do you drink expired milk? I hope not. Do you eat expired cheese? Do you eat expired things, expired food? Do you eat rotten and spoiled things? Right. I hope not. I'm praying to God y'all are all saying no. But do you eat raw meat? Do you eat stuff that's gone molded bread? No. You can't because it's expired. It's not going to be edible for you. It's not going to be healthy. You can eat it, but you're going to get sick. So again, with that, I can't take the old stuff of who I was to this new place because that has expired. If I want to carry this old version of myself, I'm not going to get any different results. Everything's going to be the same. And if anything, I'm probably going to do more detriment uh, because I have not decided to shift. I have not decided to sift. I always say sometimes we have to sift. You sift your old self so that you can shift, so then that God can lift you. So we go from the sift, shift to lift, and then gift. Oh, I like that. Sift. Y'all follow me? Think about that old version of you. You got to sift out those things that no longer serve that version of who you are becoming. You sift. Now we got to shift. So we got to make a turn so that God can lift us up. He's lifting us higher. He's elevating you higher. And when he lifts you, you're going to get a gift in that. It's a gift in that and who you're becoming. Because also, again, who you were, it got you started at that point. But who you're becoming, that's going to take you further. That's almost like a relay. You get the baton to go to the next person. You did the first leg. Now this is the next leg. I can't do the first leg and the second leg uh, all by myself. I got to pass this off to the next version of who I am. Number nine, perfectionism. This is the last one. I know we all love perfectionism, right? Because we all want to be perfect. I mean, nobody is perfect but me. I'm sorry. It's the truth. Did y'all hear that lightning strike? But no, we deal with perfectionism. And I want to say it in this lens, but waiting to be ready is often just a fear in disguise. Waiting to be ready is often fear in disguise. We want things to be just right. It's either all or nothing. It's either great or not. Either I'm successful or I'm a failure. There's no in between. Perfectionism, if you wait on perfectionism, you will never get anything done. Now, only thing I need somebody to be a perfectionist be a perfectionist, excuse me. Somebody to be a perfectionist is like if you're a surgeon or something, oh, I need you to be on point. I need you to be the top grade perfectionist. But in you getting started in something, you don't have to be it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect to launch into a new career. You don't have to be perfect to launch into a new fitness journey, launch into a relationship, launch into marriage, launch into the unknown. You don't have to have it all together. I know one thing for me, y'all, and I'm pretty sure you all can relate, and we're gonna be out of here. But I would always, when God would tell me He wanted to do something for me, or He wanted to open a door for me, I would be thankful. I'd be like, God, thank you, God, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, thank you for even thinking of me like this, God. But I would be like, but who me? And I would literally be like, who me? I'm like, but God, I don't. I would start talking about all the things I didn't have, and I even looked over all that I actually had. Some of you might be in a place where you're always thinking about the things you don't have, where you fall short, maybe where you made mistakes and things of that nature, where you just call yourself unworthy of certain things that you want to move into. And you're not even thinking about all the things that you already possess, all the things that you already have of value, all the things that you bring to the table. And it's like you don't even think about that. So it's like you count yourself out for things. And it's like you don't need to be perfect or have it all together to be ready for something. People say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Well, even in that, sometimes when you get into certain things, you're going to be prepared. Sometimes you're prepared before, sometimes you're prepared in. Sometimes you're prepared before, sometimes you're prepared in. Sometimes when you're involved in something, again, I'll use myself as an example, dancing in undergrad. I had never taught no, especially my first squad was like 26 girls. And I had never done that before. Did I have leadership skills? Yes. Had I ever taught a dance team on a collegiate level? No. Had I even danced like that before? No. So, but did I practice at home when I was in high school in private? Yes. So now having to teach other people on a collegiate level, I started to see certain things come out of me as I was in that role. So I didn't have to have all the skill sets. I didn't have to have the background. I didn't have to have the pedigree. I was exposed to certain things. I didn't literally have the experience, but as I was doing that, I was being prepared as I was walking it out. So that's for some of you all. And whatever you're thinking of, whatever comes to mind right now, you don't have to have it all together. You don't have to have everything in your backpack. Just do it because you're going to learn things as you go along. Everything I think is a practice. Just like me as a mental health counselor, I always say it all the time. I'm practicing. A nurse is practicing. A doctor, a surgeon is practicing. A dentist is practicing. It's called a practice for a reason. A lawyer, an attorney, they're practicing and honing their craft to become better. But they do not, nobody just has it all together. Nobody, even the most excellent people you see, they don't have it all together. So, y'all, I told y'all we're gonna be out of here. 9 points. There we go. So think about those things that we need to take to the potty that you might still be holding on out of those 9 things, the things you need to rid yourself, get out of your life, get out of your system. Whatever those things are that I list, whether is it negative core beliefs for you? Is it comfort zones? Is it relationships that drain you? Is it fear of other people's opinions? Is it old habits that no longer serve you? Or is it the need for immediate results? Is it playing small to keep others comfortable? Is it past versions of yourself? Or is it perfectionism? Whatever those things are, I want you to kind of sit and think about it. You had the urge, just like when we got to go to the bathroom, you had the urge to know something got to go. I need to get rid of this stuff. I can't keep holding on. I can't keep going forward with this. This is holding me back. This is hindering me. It's got me constipated. It's got me backed up, and I can't let anything new in. I got to get rid of this stuff because it's caused me some accidents and it's caused me to sit in my own mess. So that is your homework. Out of those 9 things, negative core beliefs, new levels required, new also comfort zones, relationships that drain you, fear of other people's opinions, old habits, the need for immediate results, playing small to keep others comfortable, past versions of yourself, and perfectionism. What are those things that you think about? Maybe it's one thing, maybe it's 2 things, maybe it's all things. Whatever it is, let's go ahead and start looking at it and analyzing, reassessing, and reevaluating and knowing this has to go. I got to get this out of my system. All right. One thing I want to say to you all, first of all, thank you for your attention at this time. Thank you for continuing to show up here. I pray that each and every one of you all have received great things out of this tonight. Also knowing that leveling up, so I'm going to the next level, is less about becoming someone new. It's more about removing what's no longer aligned. Leveling up is less about becoming someone new and more about removing what no longer aligns with you. So again, I want to go back to that part. We got to sift. Y'all know, like sifting flour and stuff, you got to get this, you got to make sure ain't no clumps in there. Sift, shift, make a position change. Then God can lift you. He can elevate you. He can take you to a higher level. It's because you had to sift to get some of that stuff off of you. You can't be carrying unnecessary weight with you to this next level. And you will get, there will be gift where he takes you, where he raises you up to. So I love y'all as usual. Thank you for rocking it out with me. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for continuing to share. Thank you for continuing to show up. Thank you for continuing to just be who you are, because we need it. We need you, and we need all that you got in you, because you can't keep emptying yourself so that new things could come in. And even in that, keep pouring out whatever your gifts, talents, and skills and abilities are, because you're making a difference in whatever you're doing and whoever you're giving those things to. So I love you. I will see y'all next Friday. What time? 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. What y'all? Wait a minute. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And international family, y'all know y'all's time zones, and they are amazing. I think one person specifically who is always on here, shout out to him, from Hong Kong. I think it's almost about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning there, I believe. I think I'm right. So I'm learning though, y'all watch out. I'm gonna be speaking in different languages here soon, seeing all these people come in here from different parts all over the world. So spread love now more than ever. We need it, and it starts with you. Do me a favor too. Start to be in the practice of letting people know how much they mean to you. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you care. Let them know that you see them. Let them know that you're proud of them. Let them know that you're watching them, and you're glad to see that they are still pushing forward no matter what. Let them know that you support them. Send a text, call, email, DM, whatever it is. You'd be surprised at what small things you think are small anyway, that could change the trajectory of somebody's day or even how they see themselves. And it's not fake or phony. You're being honest. It's just we don't always tell each other that sometimes. So it's important. Again, you're an inspiration to everybody in your life, any and everybody, whether that's positive or not so positive, but it's positive. So I love y'all. You've always been great. You're just getting better, and you're finally embracing it. You've always been great. You're just getting better, and you're finally embracing it. So I love y'all dearly. See y'all next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep your eyes open, your ears open too, and clean. All right? Love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks for watching The Inspiration Station with Joshua Lenox. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.